What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Noah Gray here, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Josh's channel and check out showmefootball.com for more.
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Fan of showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com, covering your Kansas City Chiefs. And guys, we just got some good news from Brett Veach when he spoke earlier today. And he has stated that Travis Kelce intends to return next season for the Kansas City Chiefs after mulling retirement this offseason and talking about having to make that decision on the New Heights podcast. Ian Rappaport tweeted earlier today, quoting Chiefs general manager Brett Veach, who spoke at the Combine, that Travis Kelce is fired up about entering the final year of his contract and playing. We left it as is. He'd be back, and we're excited to get him back and get him going, said Veach. Significant news for KC as Kelce is set to return. So let's talk about this, guys. You know, it's a good thing that Travis Kelce is coming back. I want to start with that. I felt like some of the conversation around Travis Kelce maybe started to go in a negative direction this offseason, especially when a couple of clips started floating around of questionable effort in the Super Bowl. And I understand some of the frustration, guys, and we don't know exactly what's going on 100% of the time in these games, or, you know, what's going on in Travis Kelce's life, or, you know, his health even. But I want to say to start out that it is a good thing that Travis Kelce is coming back. You'd much rather have Travis Kelce on this Chiefs team than not have Travis Kelce. Let's not get out of hand here. He is still better than 90% of the tight ends in the NFL. He's still one of the best receiving tight ends in the NFL. He was top 5 in receiving yards among tight ends this year in the NFL. Like, this is still a guy that you want on your team. Now, the Chiefs believe that Travis Kelce still has a lot left in the tank. And while I'm sure that he can still give you good snaps and he can still play good football, and again, you're happy to have him back, I'm not sure how I feel about Kansas City reportedly feeling like he has a lot left in the tank, because I feel like that makes an excuse for them to maybe not attack, you know, wide receiver or just explosive players on offense as much as they would if Travis Kelce were to retire. I still don't think this should stop Kansas City at all from trying to get more explosive on offense this offseason. Yes, I understand they need a left tackle. We've talked about that. It's the number one team, or the number one need on this team this offseason is left tackle. But they need more explosiveness on offense, guys. The deep ball has been gone from the offense for almost 3 years now. They lack explosiveness in the running game. Kareem Hunt at 30 years old just is not a number one running back. Isaiah Pacheco clearly doesn't look like the same guy as before the injury. Not that he was ever that great before the injury, as I've said on this show before. You need to add more explosiveness. Do not let the fact that Travis Kelce is set to return next year stop you from trying to get better, from making that extra move, maybe to add a big name wide receiver, like I've talked about on the channel before. Maybe trading for DK Metcalf or signing Devontae Adams after he's inevitably released from the New York Jets. A move like that. I want to see that made so that the Chiefs can threaten teams, again, can threaten defenses and give Mahomes an explosive group of weapons that he just hasn't had for the last few years, and how this team has kind of effectively turned him into Alex Smith. I don't like that. I think it's a massive misuse of the player that Patrick Mahomes is. And I don't want the Chiefs to use Travis Kelce as an excuse to contend, you know, again, on a budget to a degree. And that's the next thing that I wanted to talk about as well. I kind of wonder if there's any changes coming to Travis Kelce's contract. Yes, he's coming back next year, but do the Chiefs approach him and say, I know you were underpaid for a long time, so you do kind of deserve that contract, but how would you be willing to maybe free up some money for us, taking, you know, a lesser deal for 2025, especially considering Travis Kelce should probably play a much smaller role in 2025. I'll get to that in a second as well. Maybe approach Travis Kelce about doing some sort of restructure, or maybe moving some of the money to 2026. And if Travis Kelce is to retire after 2026, oh, well, it's dead money, but it'll give you more room to spend this year in free agency, something like that. I would like to see that worked out, but right now it feels like that's a bit of a pipe dream. Again, Travis Kelce was underpaid for most of his career. So maybe he feels like now he really deserves that money and he's not going to want to let go of it. And I would totally understand that. Still shouldn't be an excuse for the Chiefs not to add, though. There's other ways to open up cap space for this team. Next, I want to talk about Travis Kelce's role in 2025 with him officially returning. Um, I don't think this is a guy anymore that you can depend on playing 80-90% of the snaps. I would love for the Kansas City Chiefs to take Travis Kelce snaps down to like 65-75%, somewhere around there for the season. Let him, just kind of put it on cruise control in the regular season. He's obviously not here to accumulate stats anymore. He's already walking into the Hall of Fame. He doesn't care about the stats. He just wants to win. But the best way to, have him there for you when it's the most important times when you're trying to win is to rest him as much as possible during the regular season. And this is something that I feel like the Chiefs have been a bit late on. I've been saying for years now on this channel that the Chiefs need to find more contributors on offense to carry some of the load, to take pressure off Travis Kelce, because it's not the best way to get the most out of Travis Kelce's career to improve his longevity if you're not adding other guys that truly threaten the defense, that defenses have to pay attention to. Travis Kelce's still out there taking hits and playing 90% of the snaps at this age. It just can't be that way anymore. He's not the athlete that he was. He doesn't move the same way that he did 2 or 3 years ago. And that's just me being honest. It doesn't mean that he can't still help this football team. Travis Kelce is absolutely still a guy that I could see getting you 500-600 yards and 4 touchdowns and playing big snaps in the playoffs, making plays for you. But I think once again, we saw towards the end of the season there in the postseason, Travis Kelce ran out of gas. He was great against the Houston Texans, but kind of disappeared in the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl. And he's just at the stage of his career, man, where he's not consistently dominant like he was. We didn't see a lot of the big games from him like we're used to seeing from him this past year, the past 2 years. He just isn't that guy anymore. And again, that's okay. He can still help you, but this is someone that we should be seeing in a reduced role, taking a back seat to other players like Rashee Rice, like Xavier Worthy, and maybe Noah Gray gets a bump up in snaps. And I would love that because I think Noah Gray is extremely underrated. I think he showed a lot of good things this year. He showed to be a very dangerous red zone weapon. I want to see more Noah Gray. I still have a lot of excitement for Jared Wiley, who unfortunately tore his ACL, but the Chiefs really seem to like him. And it's good to have Travis Kelce again for another year to mentor those guys. But do not put the load on Travis Kelce the same way you've been doing so the past couple years. I feel like the Chiefs have been late on that, and they asked too much of him these past couple years. And it's time that Travis Kelce has his snaps reduced. And I know Travis Kelce is ultra competitive, so he's going to say, no, I want to be out there. But specifically in the regular season, he just can't be out there as much, in my mind, if you want to make him as effective as possible in 2025. So those are my thoughts on Travis Kelce returning to the Kansas City Chiefs for one more year. I would think that after this year, guys, he's done. I think, the fact that he was mulling retirement, as much as he was this year, right after the Super Bowl, and how we've heard about it the past couple years, like, it's coming. And I think, he signed that extension last year that guaranteed him 2 more seasons in Kansas City, and I think he's done after that. I think he's pretty much told you that he's done after that. It was just whether or not he would play this year. But I think this probably is the last dance with Travis Kelce, guys. So let's appreciate him while he's here. Let's try to make one last run at a Super Bowl with him, and let's enjoy the hell out of it. Really, I mean, we're in the twilight of Travis Kelce's career, and I'm glad to have him back for at least one more year. But that's all I got for this video, guys. I'm going to hear from you, though, your reaction in the comments to Travis Kelce returning to the Kansas City Chiefs for one more season. How do you guys feel about that? Let me know down below. All that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. Make sure you check out my work on showmefootball.com, arrowheadaddict.com for more. And last but not least, follow me on Twitter at showmefb. That's all I got for you guys. I will see you all in the next one. And as always, go Chiefs.